Greetings! In today's video, I have 3 cars and 3 spaceships to show you. These are all builds that I've made since the space update has dropped. And without further ado, let's go on to them. The first build is probably going to be this truck. As you can see, it is very shaky indeed. So, admittedly, I had no idea what this was. I just searched up a Hummer pickup truck on Google Images, and this is what it gave me. I was then informed by some of my friends that this is actually an electric vehicle, although, like, I did not expect it to be. That's not what I was looking for. I just wanted to build a relatively cool looking truck, and the point was I needed something square because it is indeed the first larger format vehicle that I've built in a while, and I wanted something that wouldn't immediately break my brain. So I started off with a shape that is basically a box with wheels and moved from there. It does not have an interior. It's very plain. Again, a little bit of experimentation. Mainly, first big car build in a little bit. So just working on the basics, working on the fundamentals, working on getting things in order before I move on to more complex projects, which you will see 2 of very shortly. In the meantime, I can move to the second build of the video. This is the F8C Hornet, F8 something A Hornet, I don't remember. It's from Star Citizen. I had this shell, basically, which was filled with hover pads and, well, had the old guns on it, and it didn't work that well with the hover pads. It was basically a little bit disappointing, and then the new thrusters came out, and it was destiny that I would pull the old shell out, empty it of all of its internals, and just rebuild it from the ground up with the new potential of the thrusters, the insane potential of the thrusters. Basically, yes, that's what happened. And it flies like a dream. It flies like a dream, really. As far as weaponry goes, the Hornet packs, well, missiles or rockets, then a whole bunch of guns, and the top turret can actually rotate to whichever orientation you desire in order to fend off enemies, whether at the front or at the back of you. It is incredibly agile. It's such a joy to fly. I'm really happy with its controllability and maneuverability. Yeah. Second land vehicle for today is the Ursa. Again, from Star Citizen. It is a rover. It's a little moon buggy kind of thing. It doesn't have many features. It does work in space. If I activate the white lights by pressing 2, it has downward thrust, which means that it can operate in a low or 0G environment. And then the red lights indicate that dampeners are on, which help it slow down and stuff. And that also helps for when you're like falling off a mountain or plummeting through the emptiness of space. And I can turn those off as well, which is neat, I would say. I can, to demonstrate, go up to the top here, and there is a very helpful catapult that can throw me across the universe. And then as you look at my speedometer, I am falling really slowly in a controlled descent that will not smash me into a billion pieces when I reach the bottom. And so yeah, the Ursa rover from Star Citizen with basically flight assist on the inside. Because I had to do logic on my normal ass six-wheeled vehicle. I couldn't help myself. I had to do complex logic for a car. The next spaceship is again from Star Citizen. A lot of Star Citizen things in this video. This is the Mercury Starrunner. That's what it's called. And well, it's a spaceship. That's pretty much it. It's basically, it's the same exact concept as the Hornet. It's got a lot of the same internals. They're just distributed differently, and it has a little bit more thrust in every direction because it's bigger and heavier. It has a few guns, just a tiny bit of firepower, and that's just about it. It's a little bit less agile, and it's a little bit less controllable because it's heavier, but I mean, it's a spaceship. It's fun to fly around. It's got an interesting shape. A lot of people don't like the asymmetrical thing going on with it, but if you don't like it, you can take it up with the Star Citizen devs. I'm just the messenger. The second last build for today is going to be the Hercules Starlifter, again from Star Citizen. This is basically the Mercury's bigger brother. And obviously the Hercules in the game, in the proper game, has a lot nicer shape. It's much rounder. It basically looks like a very fancy airplane turned into a spaceship. It's got these really nice, elegant shapes to it. I don't know if I can reproduce them perfectly in Trailmakers. I tried. I do like this build. It's not very fast, but it's just imposing and large, and it has a very nice shape to it. It's not agile either. It's on the inside, it's just full of thrusters. Like, look at it. It's just thrusters on the inside. I managed to sneak a couple of guns in there, not a lot of firepower, and this one does have shields because it's so big that it literally doesn't care about the casual 100 extra kilograms. But yeah, it is indeed, it's very pretty. That's most of why I built this. I enjoy the shape that it has. And it's so peaceful. It's not as much of a joy to fly as the Hornet, but it's a joy to look at for sure. At least it makes me happy. I don't know. I don't know about you guys. The last build for today is actually rather special to me. This is a Land Rover Defender. It is my dad's car. He's had it for many years. He's had it so many years that I don't really remember the other cars. Like, I do remember what models they were, but anytime my dad would come and pick me up, or anytime we would go anywhere, it would probably be in this car. So it has a special place in my heart, and I decided I was going to do my best to replicate it to the best of my ability. I would say I did an okay job. It's not perfect. There's so many details that I would like to just be better. I will probably someday work on an interior for it to properly flesh out the details that I remember from the inside. For now, I'm very happy with it. It just feels very cozy to drive around, especially on Treasure Island. I like driving this just around. Feels like home. Yeah. And there you go. That has been a showcase of 3 cars and 3 spaceships that I've built in Trailmakers. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the future.